We're starting to get into the cold and flu season since the temperatures are changing, and I want to talk a little bit about what we can do acupuncture wise to help with colds, flus, and prevent them, but also to treat them when we get them. So there is a point on the back of the neck, and they call it the influence of evil. And many of you have probably heard the old, I remember this when I was a kid, is don't go outside when you have wet hair on. Or if you've been sweating, let's say, for example, playing basketball and you're sweating, you go outside in the cold and your hair's wet from the sweat, then you can catch a cold easier. Or if your hair's wet, then you can catch a cold easier. And there is some truth to that, because there's these points in the back of the neck that the Chinese, they mention the influence of evil, and it's where cold wind can come in. And when that cold wind comes in, what it does is it lowers our immune system. Now the Chinese, they don't call it that. They just say it causes an imbalance in the pathways of the energy. And so, and that's the Eastern medicine. The Western medicine is, we say, oh, it lowered our immune system, and then the bacteria could take hold, or the viruses can take hold and create cold and flus. And so what I do acupuncture wise is, one is we want to boost the body up. So let's say you get a cold, let's say you get some flu this season and you just feel run down and tired. Well, come on in, do some acupuncture, and we'll boost that energy up. We'll make that immune system stronger. In fact, it'd even be better to come in before you get the cold and flu to prevent that. Now, another thing that happens is we get sinus infections and congestion, and I love to do acupuncture for that. In fact, when people come in and they're complaining of having sinus issues, I recommend doing some acupuncture, and it helps drain the sinuses. They say how they feel it draining as we're doing it. And we just do a point here. Sometimes I'll do a point right on the nose, up here on the forehead, depending on where it's at. If it's closer or further out, I'll do some points in the hands to work on it. And maybe some other points just to boost up the whole immune system of the body. And it works so good. So if you know of anyone that's suffering from sinus issues, sinus congestion, acupuncture is a great way to help with that. And also just to boost your immune system, hopefully prevent those colds and flus this time of year. Anyway, stay safe, have a wonderful holidays, and we'll talk to you later.